And welcome back to another edition of St. Louis 7, following an episode on OT with Oliver, wherever you get your podcast. Today's guest, Terry Crouppen. You know the face, has been doing this since '89. Talked a lot about how you got to where you are, how things changed in the law profession. Want to touch on that a little bit. But before anything else, man, the first question we ask, you went to Ladue. What do you remember? Was it a good time?
Yeah, it was a great time. I actually was an athlete at Ladue. I played high school football. That's why my head's a little dicey sometimes, I think. But it was a great experience. I loved it.
In the podcast, we talk a lot about the fact that lawyers used to not advertise, and you had a lot of people up against you doing it. You fought through it, and now obviously you knew better than they did.
Well, the world fortunately, came to its senses and realized that the law is for everybody, and opening the law to everybody was a good thing. So I hate to say I won, but I think I was on the right side, fortunately, and the world's eventually realized it.
It's been more than 5 years since the St. Louis Rams Super Bowl commercial. How many people to this day, every week, still come up and say hi?
Oh, several. I mean, it's the nicest thing because, to be honest with you, I didn't do it really with any thought that anybody else would care. I was so upset with the Rams, and this was the time to do it. And I thought, I don't care if anybody sees it. It'll be something that it'll make me feel good. I'm an advertiser. I have I had access to places to record a commercial. I sat down on a Sunday afternoon because I knew that Cronky was gonna, uh, this was the right time, and I wrote it, and I loved everything about it because it spoke exactly what I wanted to say, and it was fortunately I could get everything I had to say in 30 seconds, and so it was for me. But people really seemed to like it, and it's been a great experience.
When you go to Ted Drew's, what do you get?
Strawberry concrete with extra strawberries.
Taking your legal hat off, you encounter 10 stop signs. How many do you roll?
Uh, 10 generally, but and I don't stop if there's no reason to stop. We have one near the house that is just there for some insane reason, and I never stop.
As we talked about in the podcast, one of the first to do advertising. Now you guys are all over YouTube. It's a whole new thing for the firm, and you got some hardware to prove people like what you do. Let me see the Emmys.
I do. I show you. This is one Emmy that I won. I'll hold it back a little for I don't even know, Ed versus Airplanes. I'm a executive producer on that. And then this one is for my cartoon, Terry's Safety Squad, where we try to get kids not to get in trouble.
And in the cartoon, you are the self-appointed superhero.
Yes, I am Terry. There's actually, the cartoons start with a little background about my parents and how they had a little boy who grew up to be a lawyer and then a superhero.
And
Pretty much my life story.
What's the show about? Lawyers and sandwiches?
Oh yeah, three lawyers eating sandwiches. It's my favorite thing to do. It's a show where we'll go to a local restaurant that we've heard of that has good sandwiches, and we'll just sit there for a couple hours and eat their best sandwiches.
Settle the argument. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes. No question.
All right. So this is a St. Louis 7. If you like it, feel free to subscribe, hit the button on the YouTube channel. If you want to hear Terry's podcast episode, it's OT with Oliver, wherever you get your podcast. Terry, I had a ball. Obviously in COVID, we're all kind of trying to deal with this thing. Last question I ask folks, what makes you proud to be a St. Louis?
it's a great place to grow up. I've been all over the world and seen people that have a St. Louis cap on or a T-shirt, and universally, every time you stop them and you talk to them, they're really fine, down to earth, kind, decent people. So, I'm very proud of where I come from.
Stay healthy, stay good.
Thank you. You too.
And that'll wrap.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. I didn't realize I had so much to say.
Well, dude, I think there's a book in you.
Yeah, a really crappy book that nobody would read. No, but no, I enjoyed it. I really did. You brought up a lot of things I haven't talked about in a long time.